Welcome back to more Sonic Adventure 2, the final episode actually. I'm here with the Ice of Fire, and this time we are going to do, as is said on the screen, the last story mode. We're about to wrap up the story of Sonic Adventure 2, revealing some revelations. Enough already, let's just get started from the beginning. And unlike last time, the cannon is reacting a bit differently now that all 7 Chaos Emeralds are in place. It's Eggman, but older?
私の計算に狂いがなければ27分53秒後アークは地上に衝突しお前たちは世界ものとも消えてなくなるだろう。
So as we saw right there, that is the speed and velocity in which the space colony is tumbling down towards Earth. But it's all relative to Sonic and his friends, so they don't actually feel it right now.
Professor Geraldo Robotnik. 世紀の天才科学者と謳われたわしのじいさんじゃ。なんだ？やっぱりお前のせいか。今すぐやめろ。さもないとそれができるくらいならとっくの昔にやっておるわ。説明してくれ。往生際の悪いハリネズミめ。 やはり生きておったのか。あんなもんよりナッコースの動かすシャトルの方がよっぽどスレナンだったぜ。何？わしが手に入れたじいさんの日記じゃ。
Instead of pretending that Sonic managed to use Chaos Control from a fake emerald, maybe we can just say that he survived because he collected 100 rings. He found the last 100th inside the capsule. Yeah, let's go with that.
という考えがやはり間違っていたのだろうか。あの日コロニーに現れた軍隊。目的はおそらくプロジェクトの抹消だ。書の仲間たち、愛しい孫娘マリア、どうか無事でいてくれ。プロトタイプを封印するためか、コロニー全域が閉鎖された。
アークの閉鎖は表向き事故として発表されたようだ。事故の犠牲者の中にマリアの名前を見つける。私は全てを失ってしまった。もう何もない。何も考えられない。復讐以外の何も。恐ろしい。 一体私は何を考えているのか。誰かオリジナルのデータをもとについにシャドウを完成させた。記憶のコントロールも完璧だ。 全てをシャドウに託す。後世に望むものあらばあれを目覚めさせよ。世界に
世界に絶望を望むなら、それであの基地からシャドウを。
暴走するカオスエメラルドのエネルギーを得て、エクリプスキャノンのコアは巨大な爆弾のようになっておる。じいさんの言う通り、このままコロニーがぶつかったら地上は塵一つ残らんぞ。あのマッドサイエンティストめ。
そりゃあんたのことでしょ。とにかく早くコロニーを止めなきゃ。
おそらくコロニーの推進力もカオスエメラルドの力によるものじゃ。
This kind of implies that Eggman is just mad at his grandfather because he is destroying Earth and not him.
一つ方法があるわ。あんたの宝石よ。あんたあの時言ってた。マスターエメラルドにはカオスエメラルドの暴走を抑える役目があるって。
確かにこいつを使えばこの暴走を止められるかもしれない。
カオスエメラルドの反
And how exactly did you turn that thing into a pocket size?
応間に合わないよ。
いや、わしら全員が力を
At the very least in the anime you can see Eggman's two robots carry the damn thing actually.
任せとけって。走ることなら誰にも負けはしないさ。
よーし、作戦スタートじゃ。
With just about 6 minutes or so of a cutscene, we finally get into the action. To save the world, this time together. Do I just... Okay, that works too. So this is so this stage is actually a gauntlet with the characters. Let's just lower my volume again. It's a bit loud. We actually get to play as all of the characters in this one stage. Once we reach the end of the section with one of them, we will jump on to the next one. So Tails gets to take the lead. Not entirely sure why, but we had to start somewhere, you know. So there are people who have pointed out potential or maybe even outright obvious plot holes in this part of the story. In which that who recorded Gerald's execution, who uploaded the video file to the Ark, and for what reason. And so the writings on the wall inside the cell which Sonic was trapped inside on Prison Island. That was pretty much Gerald Robotnik plotting down his revenge on planet Earth. But at that point he was already imprisoned, you know. So what purpose will it serve to be plotting down his plan? You know, unless he was his mind was simply that far lost that he couldn't stop thinking about it and just plotted away even if it was useless. Or pointless rather. At that point you gotta wonder if the army even paid attention to those writings on the wall. Because clearly that should have caught made them curious about what it said. So I think the story would have been a bit more detailed or better fleshed out if they mentioned that the military noticed the writings on the wall but weren't able to decipher them or whatever. You know, something like that. And you also gotta wonder if they really did plan on having Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, explain the story and origin of Shadow better. As they were making this game, I mean. But I have at least a couple reasons as to why that probably isn't the case. Because as far as I've heard, at the very least, Shadow was indeed supposed to die at the end of this game. Spoiler alert, I guess. He wasn't supposed to be brought back. And the second reason is that Gerald Robotnik doesn't really mention the potential threat about Black Doom and his alien army in the Shadow the Hedgehog game. So if they did plan for that game to be made after this one, or after Sonic Heroes for that matter, it will have been more fleshed out if, or rather, it will have kind of justified, well, not completely justified, but it will have explained Gerald's motivation for revenge even more. In that he might have, like in his final log, he would have said, "I tried to warn the military, but they did not listen. And not only that, they took Maria from me," and, you know, all that. So, yeah. That's about as far as I need to go with that, I think. And if you notice right there, and I'll finally get to explain this mechanic actually, there is this time watch you can shoot. If you touch it or shoot it, you will stop time momentarily, as you have been noticing. But not only that, if you pay attention to the upper left corner, you can see that our own timer has stopped, actually. So this kind of is a way to get the A rank, I think, because you do need to clear the stage as fast as possible if you want to get even more bonus points. So we just gotta time this right. Oh! What was I just saying? Okay, once we get to ride one ascending, we can stop time and safely land. It may look like a heavily reinforced door, but we have the Vulcan cannon after all. Now, with the shooter characters completed, we finally get to move on the treasure hunter character, Rouge. But her job is as Eggman just explained, which I wasn't exactly paying attention to, but whatever. Regardless, our answer will come to us once we finish the stage. Or her section, rather. Yes, in case you forgot, we're actually in the same stage, believe it or not. So definitely, the longest stage in the entire game. This one. I think, anyway. Oh! Yeah, the detection for when they grab onto the wall can be a bit finicky at times. Was that the second Chow box? There are still only 3, right? Don't quite remember. Noisy as ever, but no time to squabble. For once we actually had to work as a team. But at the same time, I suppose you can't really fault them for wanting to save their own hides. Because isn't preserving life that the most important thing in the world? But some people, you know, justify that it is okay to take lives if it preserves more lives. A dangerous mindset, to be sure. It can easily be carried away. So, unlike with Rouge, we actually have an underwater section. So what I initially planned for this playthrough is that I was going to do this section without the air necklace upgrade. Because yes, in the aquatic mine, you can find the air necklace for Knuckles. This allows him to breathe underwater indefinitely, with no time limit. So if you don't have the air necklace, you need to grab these air bubbles which will surface from certain spots in the water. Screw you, man. Who's shooting at me? I'm gonna find you. I won't let this stand. There. Oh, there you are. This is a bit finicky because you have to like dive, touch the floor, jump. Can I just dive into it? I don't quite remember. Let's see. Are you hiding now? Come out. Don't be afraid. You were born a child of chaos. What could you possibly have to fear? Yeah, you know. Okay, he just straight up left me, I think. So yes, I was going to challenge myself, like I did for my very first playthrough as a child, when I did not find the air necklace. But at the same time, I'm gonna spare myself the trouble of redoing the hero side story for this, or for rather the second game file I created. Because as long as you know what you're doing, it really isn't that much of a challenge. Just touch this timer right here once more, and there should be some air bubble spots somewhere here. Where are they now? No, you actually have to make it back, huh? Okay. Well, fine then. There are none in here. Am I even doing this correctly right now? No, this is the way back. Getting lost in my commentary. So... Oh no, I'm doing this completely wrong, I think. There's one more thing I need to do. Okay, let's just go up here. Touch this timer. Fly past this laser wall, which are now stopped because time has stopped. That's kind of interesting to me because with the time stopped, we clearly stopped the flow of energy, which creates those lasers. But at the same time, will we just keep the lasers in place? So the section I went to last time was just a bonus section, huh? I think, anyway. There was no significance to it, huh? Yeah, and you actually can't increase your swimming speed. Horizontally, anyway. You have to... yeah, this is the top swimming speed. Unlike in Mario 64, where it depends on the rhythm in which you push the A button. Okay, so you can just try and dive right into them, huh? So inside here we do have air bubbles. Now this is, well, it's a bit finicky. First you gotta open that one. I'm not sure why this switch was here, considering it took no effort to activate it. And you need to be precise here. It isn't all that difficult. But if you just keep on moving forwards, you'll be able to make it past the stream, which pushes you back. Let's grab this shield here for good measure. So yeah, this stage was probably the one which gave me the most trouble the first time I played this stage as a kid. But once I got past it, no problem at all. Make sure you touch that one before you continue on, or you will get pushed back. Yup. Be gone with you. And Knuckles' work is done. Who's left, I wonder? Sonic at last, of course. Once again, sagely advised. That's not the one I was trying to hit! Oh man. We're off to a great start, I suppose. But yeah, this stage is actually really, really short. Just gonna make it past this point here. And you're already in the home stretch, believe it or not. Because this is actually a trap. Allow yourself to get carried by the current, and you will fall right off. So the point is to actually hit these watches, so you can get to the other side. But you can make do with just jumping actually, so there is no point really. Indeed, Sonic is just built different, and now we're on the right path. This may look fun to us, but Sonic, he generally hates water. He can definitely make do without it, aside from drinking.
Yes.
And apparently, it is very possible to fly past that gold ring and die. Hasn't happened to me before, but you know.
That was tight.
Did I barely get the air rank, basically? Was 30,000 the limit? So I was wondering if I needed to split this episode into 2 parts, but no. It really is that short, so let's just go along with it.
あれはシャドウ。ダメよエミ。みんなだって頑張ってる。私も何かやらなきゃ。お願いがあるのシャドウ。みんなを助けてあげて。
これは全て僕が望んでやったことだ。お前たちを助ける理由などない。助ける意味も。
意味ならあるよ。確かにあそこでは毎日争い事が絶えないし、あのおじいさんが言った通りわがままで自分勝手でバカな人間ばかりかもしれない。でもみんなあそこで生きてんだよ。一生懸命生きて頑張ってる。いつかみんなでもっと幸せになろうって頑張ってる。それだけでもあの星の未来を信じる意味があるわよ。だからお願い。あの星に住むすべての人たちにチャンスを与えてあげて。その可能性を奪わないで。シャドウ、私の代わりにいつかマリア、あの星に住むすべての人たちに幸せになるチャンスを与えてあげて、みんなの願いを叶えてあげて。シャドウならそれができる。きっとあなたはそのために生まれたの。アディオス、シャドウ・ザ・ヘッジホ
そう
ーク。
マリア、彼女が本当に望んでいたも
シャドウ、
の。行こう。彼女、君の願いを叶えるために。
The 2 crucial things Amy got to do in the story mode. Number 1, help Tails break Sonic out of prison. And number 2, help Shadow's true memories of Maria break past Gerald's programming. Which kind of makes you wonder if... Like, I think the military pretty much heard and saw the records of Gerald promising destruction to the world if Shadow was to ever be released. So why didn't the military kill Shadow then? Once again, the argument can be made for: if you have the power to destroy, you have the power to protect. Or that's how it usually goes anyway. So yes, as I said, I think the military did indeed intend to use Shadow for their own benefits. But they weren't quite sure of how as of yet. And by the time Eggman broke him free, or set him free rather, it was already too late. Then again, maybe not, thanks to Amy. The Bio-Lizard, the prototype of the ultimate life. How Gerald Robotnik went from a huge-ass monstrous lizard to a tiny cute hedgehog, I will never understand. Anyway. So, This is a waiting game for the first part. You can't run too fast, or you can't be too slow. Be too slow, his mouth will bite you. Be too fast, and you have his tail to worry about. So you gotta stay in the perfect middle ground, so to say. So in the anime, actually, Chris was the one who got the honor of jogging Shadow's memory and actually remember what Maria truly wanted. I think Chris Thorndike is getting a lot of undeserved criticism, actually. Because people seem to ignore the fact that he is, at the end of the day, a very, very lonely kid, even if he is very rich. So when Sonic came into his life and filled that void of loneliness, which he was constantly experiencing from his parents being too busy to stay with him for most of the time, the part of which let's try to jump there. So when the anime reached the part where Sonic and his friends had to return to their own world, never to return to Chris's or our world, rather. It just goes to show how lonely Chris was when he was willing to not allow Sonic to do that and drag him away. And in addition to the fact that Sonic was actually willing to stay with Chris if that's what he wanted. So when Chris was finally able to let go of Sonic, I think it was a very solid conclusion. For that arc, anyway. That may have sounded like the end of the anime, but believe it or not, it was not. So yeah, that's about as much as I need to mention about that, I think. Don't want to spoil too much for all of you guys. Provided you care about spoilers for a Sonic anime. Speaking of which, I have actually yet to see any of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies recently. Can't believe it's already been 3 movies now, huh? The same with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But to be completely honest, I don't really care about the spoilers for those things, I don't think. I'm not exactly going to seek out spoilers, but if people spoil it for me, I don't think I'm going to mind. But I should probably try to give the Sonic movie a watch. Considering there are already 3 of them at this point. Must have done pretty well. Shadow, I believe that's very bigoted of you. Like, he is the ultimate prototype. He is an ultimate life form like you know. Even if he may be a prototype, maybe he doesn't identify as ugly. After all, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Things never go quite as planned, do they? Alright then. Time for plan B. Or plan S, if you will. SS even. Or SSSS. Initiate. Supersonic. And Super Shadow. What color is that even? Is it like gold and white? It kinda looks like vanilla ice cream, sort of, you know. I could go for some ice cream right about now. But before that, we got one more job to do. Alright. So, for those of you Sonic newbies who aren't aware, for the early games anyway, the super form makes you invincible. You cannot be hurt. But there is a certain... Sorry about that. There is a certain limit to it, a weakness if you will. The rings we have. As each second passes, our rings will deplete by 1. If we run out, if you run out of rings, yeah, you can just imagine. So this one is a bit, I don't know, I think it could have been explained. I don't think it was explained at all, actually. But the thing is, you will occasionally hear, hold that thought. Yeah, right there. So the Sonic and Shadow will tell each other to switch places should they be just about running out of rings. But how do you switch places, actually? You have to... Oh, if I can actually do it. So yeah, the Bio Lizard definitely has a lot more ways to repel you from making it to the other side. You gotta fly past the Bio Lizard if you want to switch places. So it's not a simple switch button. It is a risk you have to take, actually. You know, which is fine if I actually knew that was how you were going to do it. But I discovered it by pure accident. Oh, I might actually lose this. Okay, let's try to switch again. Don't think I like the swelling point to be located that far below it. Okay, that looks much better. Alley-oop. I wasn't exactly paying attention, but if you take too long hitting the target, the swelling point would actually swap places. And I think it was Knuckles who said it, but he's not kidding. The space colony will actually crash, reach Earth's atmosphere if 5 minutes pass in this battle. So we're at 3 minutes right now. We can't allow the timer to reach 5. Oh boy. We also can't allow our rings to run out, you know. Don't forget that crucial part. And there we go.
マリア、これでいいんだろう。
シャドウは
I guess Shadow did not heed Sonic's final warning as the Biolizard was dying.
ジェラルドが作った復讐の道具だったのかしら。
奴は奴さ。命をかけてあの星を守ったハリネズミ、シャドウ・ザ・ヘッジホークさ。
そうね。
幼いわしにとってじいさんはまさにヒーローじゃった。子供心にいつかはじいさんのような科学者になることを夢見たもんじゃ。じゃあな、じいさんは本気でわしらを滅ぼしたかったんじゃろうか。
さあね、ただ言えることは僕たちはやったってことだよ。
So Eggman stated that he wanted to become a great scientist like his grandfather, but he didn't say if he was going to be a good or bad scientist, you know.
やめとく。なんか苦労の割に儲けなさそうだし。それに今回は宝石よりもいいものが手に入ったから、それでチャラにしとくわ。
なるほど。作られた究極の生命体か。
どうしたのソニック。
いや、なんでもない。さあ帰ろう。俺と同じ青くて丸いあの星に。アディオス、シャドウ・ザ・ヘッジホーク。
Yeah, it was definitely the combination of both the scenes and the scene and the music here. But I did actually shed a few tears when I was a child first watching this. So Shadow may have met a tragic end, allegedly. But the rock and roll kicks in once more, signifying that our heroes carry on. Yep, and pretty much like the moon, the space colony is orbiting around Earth once more. So that was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the Steam, for Steam on the PC. Sorry. Yeah, it's a very solid game. It works as intended. It introduced some more depth to certain playstyles, being Sonic's and only Shadow's, unfortunately. The mech shooting stages and the treasure hunter stages were either nerfed, like made less fun, or were just meh, alright. Yeah. Like, once again, there isn't really much anything else I need to say that hasn't already been said as I was playing this game. A new day brings new adventure. But for now, Rest easy, heroes. Did I actually need or miss a comma mark right there? Whatever. Is that reminds me of the Ghostbusters for the NES ending screen. Congratulations or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, thank you for joining me for this short yet sweet Let's Play. I am Hugh the Icifier, and this has been Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I will see you once again, whenever that may be. Have a great new year.
さあ始めようぜ。力の差を教えてあげよう。行くぜ。